A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+. English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hello and welcome to A+. I'm Reese.
And I'm Laura.
And we're back for day 2 of our article, Culture Shock, Simon's Trip to the Salon. Yesterday, Simon and Lucia went into the salon.
Right.
And Simon, did he cut his hair already?
No, I don't remember. He just had like a massage.
And a wash.
A wash.
Yeah.
Oh, so he hasn't cut his hair.
Not yet. And he was very nervous about it because it was his first time getting his hair cut in Taiwan. Because usually he just does it himself.
Interesting.
I hope Simon's hair ends up looking okay. But before we dive into day 2, let's take a look at the warm-up question. Laura, do you like talking with people at hair salons? Why or why not?
It depends. I don't want them to gossip about like, 你几岁啦? 你结婚了吗? Things like that. I wouldn't really want to answer. It's like, excuse me, I don't know you. I don't want to share all my private details with you. And they always ask you, 你在哪里工作啊? Where do you work? And then when they hear us like, 我教英文的, really? Oh my god, 怎么可能? I'm like, honestly, I just want to go there and relax.
Okay.
What about you?
I kind of like talking at the hair salon, but I do find that the conversation topics are different in Taiwan and in the UK. You're right, in Taiwan the conversation is usually like, what do you do? And it's kind of more about your... It's more personal.
Yeah, I know.
Whereas in the West, we might just chat about the weather or chat about TV shows.
Light things.
More general, light chit-chat, you know, like small talk, which I like it. I feel kind of awkward, 尴尬, if I'm sitting there and nobody's talking.
Oh, okay, 你怕尴尬.
Yeah. So I like to fill the space with conversation.
Okay.
You guys can think about this too when you get your hair cut at the salon. Do you like to chat with the hairdresser or do you prefer to sit in silence? Well, let's get into the article and see how Simon does with his first Taiwanese haircut.
Culture shock! Simon's trip to the salon. Warm-up question. Do you like talking with people at hair salons? Why or why not?
Simon is sitting in front of a mirror, ready to get his hair cut. Lucia is sitting by the window reading a magazine.
Can I have a short back and sides, please?
Sorry, I don't know.
Just shave the sides and back and trim a little off the top.
I don't understand.
Lucia, can you help?
Nope. Practice your Chinese.
Simon points to the sides and back of his head.
这里短一点.
Okay.
So, how's business today? What time do you clock off?
Simon sits quietly as the hairdresser cuts his hair.
Okay. Wash?
No, thanks. I'll wash it home.
Simon pays. They leave the salon.
He wasn't very chatty.
Or maybe it's because he doesn't speak much English?
And my hair! It's so short!
You asked for it to be short.
So at the beginning of the article, Simon's finished his hair wash. He's had his head massaged, and now Simon is sitting in front of a mirror, ready to get his haircut. Lucia is sitting by the window, reading a magazine. And Simon says to the hairdresser, "Can I have a short back and sides, please?"
他如果用英文，我真的觉得没人会听懂哎。他说我要一个 short back and sides。其实如果大家有去就是很研究发型，它就是盖式发，也就是两边跟后面比较短，然后上面你要保留它的长度。
Yeah, this is what I ask for when I go to the hairdresser. I have a short back and sides. They usually take a razor and shave the sides and the back with a fade, and then they just trim on top.
我觉得很多男生都剪这样蛮好看的。
It's pretty easy. And if you go to a salon in the UK and say short back and sides, everyone will know what you mean. There are loads of different special names for different kinds of hairstyles and haircuts. For example, there's the pixie cut, which some girls often have, and it's kind of a very short, super cute haircut that looks like a pixie, which is kind of like a fairy.
对，小精灵头。
There's the bowl cut, which my brother used to have when he was younger. My parents used to cut our hair, and my mum would literally take a bowl, put it on his head, and cut.
这是西瓜皮头哎，我觉得很不可以哎。
This was very popular back in the
像脆
90s.
迪酥。
Have you ever seen a mullet hairstyle?
I had to Google this to see what it looks like. I don't like it.
The mullet was very popular like in the 70s and 80s. It's when they have a lot of
Beatles 有
hair.
留过吗
Maybe.
I don't know.
It
It
was,
looks super. I can't imagine anybody having that.
it's a lot of hair. There's also the ponytail and the bob, which girls often have. The ponytail is like Britney Spears style, and the bob is kind of like a haircut around
我喜
here.
欢 bob，OK，所以还有 dreadlocks，
Oh
就是雷鬼头。
That's cool, yeah.
对啊，很像面条一条一条这样子的，然后有点卷在一起。Yeah, I think Johnny Depp 在那个 Pirates of 那个 Caribbean， 他就是有那个发型。然后刚刚提到 Pixie 就是小精灵短发 ，Bowl cut 就是西瓜皮、香菇头之类的。
西瓜皮。
对，真的很像，对不对？还有 mullet 就是鲻鱼头，大家可以去 Google 这个，真的很怪。然后，如果像在韩国 ，they have a lot of like K-pop style， 是那种栗子头。但是我跟你讲，你要长得很帅才可以撑得住那个发型。然后 spiky hair or hairstyle 就是刺猬头，就是用发蜡立起来的朋克感啊，那种也叫做 spiky，OK？ 那还有 curly hairstyle 就是卷发，那比较慵懒的感觉。
When I was younger, my hair was really curly and very light colored too.
我喜欢欸。
As I got older, it got brown.
Kind of like Cupid.
Yeah, it was very cute. And now my hair is going grey. It's okay.
人都会老，没关系。
Well, back to the article, and Simon has asked for a short back and sides, but the hairdresser, who doesn't really speak English, says, "Sorry, I don't know." Simon tries to explain. He says, "Just shave the sides and back and trim a little off the top." The hairdresser says, "I don't understand."
我觉得真的很难懂哎，这样子会考倒设计师。虽然Simon已经尽量说边边跟后面要 shave 就有剃或是刮毛发，这样的意思。然后上面只要小小修一点就好。
Yeah, so it looks like they're having language problems. There's a language barrier here, which is when you're trying to communicate but you don't speak the same language. So Simon speaks English, he doesn't really speak much Chinese.
Right.
And the hairdresser probably speaks Chinese but not much English. This is a problem that maybe all of us will run into at some point in our lives, especially if we go traveling. I think it's important, though, if you don't speak the same language as somebody, to try and don't be condescending. You know? Don't talk to them like they're a child. Find other ways to express yourself.
I want to eat.
Don't do that.
我觉得这样好像把人家当作白痴的感觉，有点不礼貌。
Yeah, use body language. Try and use some of the language that you might already know. You could even use a translator to help you on your phone, you know?
I sometimes draw. You know, I like with hairstyles, this is what I do with my hairstylist too, even though we speak the same language. Because as you know, like 好看 is very subjective. So I would actually print screen a picture of a hairstyle I like. 就是像是我觉得 Simon 他应该要准备一个就是他想要的发型，然后给他说 like this.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to say, you know, a lot of things.
Agreed. There's always a way around the language barrier. You've just got to put in some effort.
And I could also draw things out.
Yeah.
I think Google. You can just Google any picture and then show them. That's the fastest way.
I think that's the best way too. Well, back to the article, and Simon's struggling. He's in trouble here, and he says, Lucia, can you help? And Lucia, she's feeling particularly mean today. She says, nope, practice your Chinese.
I love Lucia already. She sounds so fun. She sounds like me. Okay.
Kind of, yeah.
她说好可爱哦。她说，Simon， 这是你学中文的好机会喽，笑死了。那不过她这里用的 nope， 我就是一个很俏皮的口语的方式说。不要，就是 no 的意思。
Yeah, nope is kind of a funnier way
like,
of
yep.
saying no. Yep, nope. What do you think about Lucia's reaction?
Super cute, and also I agree, it's good practice. And I've always wanted to know, why is your Chinese so good? Yeah, is it through practicing a lot? Do you try to say a lot?
Yeah, I mean,
how do you express something so well?
I've lived in China and Taiwan for almost 11 years now.
I know people like that. They've lived in Taiwan for years, but their Chinese is
not so good.
没有很好
Well, when I first moved to Beijing, I really tried to learn Chinese. I didn't really have any formal classes, but I made lots of Chinese friends.
That's probably why.
My colleagues would do language exchange sometimes. And I was just so interested in finding out more about the culture, and the best way to do that
That's very important.
to learn the language,
对
right?
所以很重要，他本身就有兴趣啦，加上他有很多朋友 ，OK， 所以这样子也是一个语言可以快速进步的方
I
法。
think so. And use opportunities like this, going to a hair salon, going to the restaurant.
The real thing.
Use those as opportunities to practice. Don't be shy.
对
If you are afraid of making mistakes, then you're not going to say anything, so just give it a go. Well, anyway, back to the article, and we see that Simon points to the sides and back of his head, and he tries to use some Chinese. He says, 这里短一点.
他可能讲的比你烂，然后 hairdresser 就说 OK。
And Simon says he's trying to make conversation. So, how's business today?
今天的生意如何啊？然后 hairdresser 尴尬 awkward like
Simon has another question. He says, what time do you clock off? Oh, Simon.
好烂的哦，尬聊 This is 尬聊 awkward chat.
Yeah.
然后 hairdresser 就尴尬
Yeah, the hairdresser doesn't really understand what Simon's saying, and Simon should be a bit more aware of the words he chooses to use.
Right.
Simon sits quietly as the hairdresser cuts his hair.
Okay, they're running out of conversation and questions to ask. 天哪，真的就是尬聊中的尬聊。他问说今天生意如何？你何时 clock off 或是 clock out， 就是打卡下班。我觉得对方根本就不想聊这些话题吧。
Yeah, if you're speaking with somebody whose English isn't great, you shouldn't use phrases like clock off or clock out.
对，
You
很
should
难
say
耶。
like, what time do you finish work,
对
right?
我觉得我会用简单的字。
Easier to understand. So I love chatting with hairdressers, as we discussed
Right?
before, but not just hairdressers. Whenever I'm in a taxi, or if I'm in the supermarket, or just talking with people in general is something I enjoy. I think it makes the experience of being in the world a lot nicer for me.
对啊，我跟那个 Seven 的店员都变好朋友。Are you
Yeah.
like this as well?
Yeah, of
like
course,
the nearby
like-
7-Eleven people, they
Yeah.
all know me.
How are you doing?
It's like, oh, it's you again.
Yeah, it's nice to be friendly to each other.
对啊，所以在英国呢，跟设计师聊天是很重要的。But here in Taiwan, I think it really depends on your hairdresser's personality. So yeah, but I guess I'm pretty easy to talk to, so they're all right with that. But taxi drivers, sometimes I prefer not to talk to them about politics.
Oh,
they
sure.
love chatting about politics.
Yeah.
我不喜欢聊就是政治太多的东西。
It's better just to talk small talk, right? Just
Yeah,
to talk about
that's
things
right.
that are not so controversial. Okay, well, back to the article, and the hairdresser says to Simon, okay, wash? And Simon says, no, thanks, I'll wash it at home.
What?
Simon pays, they leave the salon.
Okay, 为什么要回家洗呀？ Okay, I would want to do it there.
I think he just wants to get out of the salon and end
I
this
think so.
situation, right? I think Simon is not being a good expat in this situation. An expat is an expatriate, someone who lives in a different country, right? Like me.
对
I think there are more things you can do to be a good expat when you live abroad. Learn the language, learn the culture, respect the beliefs and the rules of the place that you're living in.
Totally agree with you. Expat 就是基本上去到一个外国居住的一个外国人，就是侨民的意思哦。所以这里Simon有点没有入境随俗啦。
I think he's been living in Taiwan for a while now. He should know how things works, right?
Exactly.
Well, back to the article, and Simon says he wasn't very chatty. Lucia says, or maybe it's because he doesn't speak much English.
Exactly. 所以这时候 Lucia 就比较贴心，因为 Simon 有点怪对方说他没有很 chatty 耶。Chat 就是聊天 ，chatty 就是爱聊天、爱说话的。然后 Lucia 就說，因為他根本就不太會說英文啊。
Yeah, that's a good reason, Maybe their English wasn't good, or maybe they were just introverted, A shy person who doesn't like conversation, and that's okay too. I know you're a good conversationalist, Laura.
Of course, okay. And I sometimes have to try so hard not to be so chatty.
Yeah, we do get carried away sometimes. Well, back to the article, and Simon says, and my hair, it's so short. And Lucia finds this hilarious. She's laughing and she says, you asked for it to be short. Well, yeah, this is kind of 活该, right, for Simon.
对啊，因为他就是一直讲 short， 那对方听得懂，就想说全部都来个 short 键，很短。
Your hair can really change the way that you look, and I guess Simon's not too happy with his haircut. Maybe he should keep cutting it himself or learn Chinese.
OK， 所以我觉得呢，这个就是为什么我接下来要教大家，如果你们在国外可能要剪头发，可能会需要用的英文是什么哦。I've had a lot of bad experience with, bad haircuts. So, that's another story I might talk about if we have more time.
Yeah, well, make sure if you guys are going to get a haircut in a different country, maybe learn a few vocabulary words or take a picture with you to show the hairdresser.
Yes, for sure.
Then there's no mistake. So I think that's the end of day 2, our story with Simon and Lucia. Simon got his haircut. He's not too happy with it. I think it's kind of his responsibility. But for now, Laura's going to do some teaching. She's going to talk to you guys about some vocabulary words.
好，今天 Simon 跟这个发型师好像有点鸡同鸭讲，所以当然呢 ，Laura 也要跟大家来补充，会不会你们到国外要剪头发的时候也会听不？首先，我们先来介绍，到了发廊，可能发型师或是理发师会这样问你 ：What can I do for you today？ 今天可以为你做什么啊？或者是 How would you like me to cut your hair today？ 你今天想要我怎么样剪你头发 ？Or what kind of hairstyle do you want？ 你想要什么样的发型？那当然你就可以利用我跟 Reese 这2天教你们的一些单字。举例来讲，你可以说 I want only a trim， 就是我只想要修一下，还记不记得 trim 就是修剪？或者是如果你想要剪短 I want it to be cut short， 我想要剪短或是加层次。I want to add some layers here. 那如果要染发，你就可以说 Could you dye my hair blonde 或是其他颜色，就是可以把我头发染成什么颜色吗？又或者是我想要烫发 I want to get a straight perm 我想要烫离子烫 Or I would like to have my hair permed 就是我想要烫头发。那一定要记得要准备好你想要烫出来的造型的一个参考图，比较不会出错啦。再来我们来看一下今天提到的 word power words。 我们有 back， 我们提到了头发的后面，头的后面，它是一个名词，后面，后部。举例来说 I kissed my cat on the back of her head。 这个我超喜欢对我的猫咪做，就是亲猫咪后面的后脑勺，它超爱的啦。我们来看一下课文例句 May got in the back of the car and started to sleep。 May 坐上车的后座，然后睡了起来。再来就是 side 侧面，它是个名词。Stand on this side of me so the photographer can take a photo of us。 站在我的侧面，这样摄影师才可以拍一张我们的合照哦。我们看一下课文例句 Workers painted the number 39 on both sides of the car。 工人在车子的两侧漆上数字39。Practice 是个动词，就是练习。You can practice your pronunciation by listening to how a native speaker talks and copy their intonation。 要怎么样让你的英文更好？你可以借由听母语者怎么样说话，模仿他们的 intonation 语调，就可以 practice pronunciation 练习发音。看一下课文例句 I want my cooking to get better, so I'll practice every night. 我希望我的厨艺越来越好，所以我每天晚上都会练习。再来注意哦，如果我们要说某一种语言，说英文、说中文，我们要用 speak 这个动词，不要用成 talk 哦。OK， 那像是你们知道吗 ？I can speak Japanese, Chinese, a bit of French, and English. And now I want to learn Korean. 真的，我想要学韩文。我们来看一下课文例句哦。Daisy speaks Chinese at home and learns English at school. Daisy 在家说中文，在学校学英文。哇哦，今天学到好多非常实用的单词还有句子。当然，我们还要再学更多文法，对不对？ Let's check out our magic box.
Magic Box
Hello， 大家好，我是 Peggy。我相信啊，很多人跟我一样，很小时候呢，都会想要赶快长大啊，想要赶快变大人啊，感觉大人都很成熟稳重之类的。但是呢，我自己现在已经是大人之后呢，我就知道，其实我们跟你们一样啦，也是就会不想上班啊，不想上学啊，想要赶快打卡下班啊。会有一样的心情。说到这个打卡下班，今天就要来跟大家介绍一下打卡要怎么说吧。打卡下班的英文呢是 clock out 或是 clock off。这边的 clock 呢，大家会想说，哦，是时钟的意思吗？这边的 clock 其实就是指打卡钟的那个 clock， 是一个偏老派的用语啦。毕竟现在已经越来越少人在用打卡钟了。那相对的，上班就是 clock in 或是 clock on。除了把 clock 当动词以外，还可以用另外一个动词 punch。比如说上班，我们就会说 punch in； 下班就是 punch out。为什么会用 punch 呢？因为 punch 这个字除了揍人的意思之外呢，也有按按钮啊，或是用打洞机打洞的意思。很久以前刚发明出来的打卡钟是要自己手动去拉一个把手，去扣一声，在纸上压一个时间的，所以用 punch 这个动作就蛮适合的。那这个说法就继续沿用到今天。不过身为上班族的我，其实每天都很努力，想要准时下班，还是会有需要加班的时候啦。这有时候呢，甚至会留到最后一个要关门，好可怕哦！跟我一起加班的同事，他好怕黑，他就问我说 ：“Can you wait for me？ 你可以等我吗？我们一起走啦，我不想要留下来关灯关门。” Can 这个情态助动词呢，就是用来表示可以不可以的意思。那如果我说我可以等他一起走，我就可以说 Yes, I can wait for you， 或是 Yes, I can。拒绝的话呢，就可以说 No, I can't wait for you， 或是 No, I can't。那当然后面还是给人家一个理由啦，比较礼貌。好啦，今天简单介绍一下 can 的问答，还有上班族打卡上下班的说法，大家记得要常常练习。You can get better at English if you practice often。如果常常练习，英文就能变好哦。拜拜。
Review time.
So for today's review time activity, something special. Instead of teaching you the vocabulary words, you guys know those already. Let's do an idiom game.
好难，我不喜欢谚语，很难呢。
We're going to use those 4 vocabulary words in 4 different idioms.
我可能只会一个吧。
Let's have a go at this. I think you know some of these.
The first one is super easy. 就是说熟能生巧。
Exactly.
So you can learn the Chinese. Practice makes perfect.
Practice.
一直练习，你就会非常的完美。
Very good. That's the easiest one. Let's try the second one. Something your mind.
I was gonna say change your mind， 可是这个应该不是一个 idiom. Speak your mind?
Speak your mind. Change your mind is an idiom, but change wasn't one of our vocabulary words.
Okay.
To speak your mind means to say what you're really feeling.
说出你真正的想法。
Okay, next one.
这个好难哦。这个我知道 ，stabbed in the back， 被人捅一刀，背后说你坏话，对不对？
That means to betray someone, right? Yeah.
对啊，捅别人一刀，对。
Last
最
one.
后超难 ，thorn 是刺的意思。 A thorn in my 我用我们的 word power 猜 is it side?
Yeah, a thorn in my side.
What does that mean?
A thorn in your side is something that's making your life difficult or uncomfortable. So a person who's not very nice to you, you can say, you're a thorn in my side.
这个中文有类似肉中刺眼中钉
yeah,
similar.
Some useful idioms for you guys to learn. That's all the time we have for now. Make sure next time you're getting your haircut, you know exactly what you want. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
What are you drawing?
I'm drawing a knife, stabbing.
So cute.
对啊，然后这个是 thorn.
Culture shock! Simon's trip to the salon. Warm-up question. Do you like talking with people at hair salons? Why or why not?
Simon is sitting in front of a mirror, ready to get his haircut. Lucia is sitting by the window reading a magazine.
Can I have a short back and sides, please?
Sorry, I don't know.
Just shave the sides and back and trim a little off the top.
I don't understand.
Lucia, can you help?
Nope. Practice your Chinese.
Simon points to the sides and back of his head.
这里短一点.
Okay.
So, how's business today? What time do you clock off?
Simon sits quietly as the hairdresser cuts his hair.
Okay. Wash?
No, thanks. I'll wash it home.
Simon pays. They leave the salon.
He wasn't very chatty.
Or maybe it's because he doesn't speak much English?
And my hair! It's so short!
You asked for it to be short.
Word power. Back. Back. May got in the back of the car and started to sleep. May got in the back of the car and started to sleep. Side. Side. Workers painted the number 39 on both sides of the car. Workers painted the number 39 on both sides of the car. Practice. Practice. I want my cooking to get better, so I'll practice every night. I want my cooking to get better, so I'll practice every night. Speak. Speak. Speak, spoke, spoken. Daisy speaks Chinese at home and learns English at school. Daisy speaks Chinese at home and learns English at school.
认识字汇
Shave. Shave. Chatty. Chatty.